Okay, good day everyone. So today I am going to discuss about summative assessments. So first let us define what is summative assessment. So summative assessments are used primarily to document student performance. So according to the PowerPoint presentation, um, summative assessments are used to monitor and record student proficiency, to give students grades, to report to parents, of course, for selection into special programs, for conferring of honors, for establishing a record of performance, for accountability as evidence of student learning to evaluate teachers, for college admissions, and employers. So summative assessments are used to evaluate student learning, skill acquisition, and academic achievement at the conclusion of a defined instructional period, typically at the end of a project, unit, course, semester, program, or school year. So there are examples of summative assessments. It includes chapter tests. So chapter tests provides a formative assessment tool for educators to measure chapter concept mastery and allow students to review the chapter materials prior to an in-class chapter test developed by the educator. So the test can be found at the end of every chapter in the textbooks. Next is unit tests. So unit test is a test which is constructed, administered, and assessed by a teacher after teaching a particular unit to the students. Next is semester tests. So semester tests are given to students at the end of a course in order to assess what they have learned throughout the school semester. We have been experiencing these examples such as the common tests, the final papers, reports, the presentations, of course, since we are already in college. We have been experiencing this since high school, I guess, or ever since even in elementary, have been experiencing common tests, final papers. Of course, it is very popular now during our college days since we have to pass final papers as a form of requirement to end the quarter. The reports, we have been experiencing reporting and presenting everything, including the information that the teacher have assigned to us. So it is also a form of a requirement. Next is next slide. Sometimes summative assessments are used formatively and formative assessments are used summatively. So summative assessments are quizzes and tests that evaluate how much someone has learned throughout the course. So in that classroom, in the classroom, that means formative assessments take place during a course, and summative assessments are the final evaluation at the course's end. So summative assessment may be used to plan instruction. Seat work, usually a formative assessment, could be thought of as mini summative assessment. So summative assessment may be used to plan instruction. So summative assessments can help teachers determine whether students are making adequate academic progress or meeting expected learning standards, and results may be used to inform modifications to instructional techniques, lesson designs, teaching materials on the next course, unit, or lesson. So the primary difference between summative assessment and formative assessments is the use of the evidence. So the primary purpose of summative assessment is to establish a score or grade to present what students know and can do, while performance assessment includes little content areas. For example, 3 formative evaluations of one chapter. Summative assessments include complete chapters or content areas. For example, just one evaluation at the end of a chapter. So that is summative assessment.